Hello, this is Marty Murphy of tappingreallyworks.com, and I wanted to talk to you today about something that I have now coined the should hook. So, have you ever had that voice that you hear? It's that shoulding voice. We all say, hear that saying, I should stop shoulding on myself. I should stop shoulding on myself. But I like to call it now the should hook, and it's releasing the should hook. Letting go of that part of ourselves that's always on us, coming after us. You should do this. You should do that. You should do this. You should be this way. You shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have thought that. You shouldn't have behaved that way. Any word shouldn't, any variation of that. It's really important to pay attention to that when we can. Because it's like the man behind the Iron Curtain, the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain. It seems like this great and powerful voice. It's like the size of the ocean. It's that huge for us. It's like, oh my God, it's the voice that wants to take us out. And it's very punitive, very demanding, and it's very demeaning. So if you have that voice in you, anytime you hear kind of that demeaning voice that's in the background that's like, you should be that way, you should do this, you shouldn't do that, you should have said this. It's just set this intention to pay attention to that voice because, again, it's demeaning, it's punitive, it gets in our way, and it's never effective. It's never effective. And in my coaching practice, I don't believe in being punitive with people and putting out all the shoulds. If we're not doing something, there is a reason that we are not doing it. There is a reason that we're not getting it done. If we're procrastinating about something, there's a reason for that. We're protecting ourselves in some way. There's some demise that we see for ourselves that keeps us from doing that. And if we're just trying to bull through that or push through that and be like, oh God, I've just got to get it done without dealing with what's behind the Iron Curtain, what is the reason, the setup that we have that we're not doing what we know would be in our best interest to do. I guarantee you there's some other reason that's way more important to you than getting it done. It's keeping you feeling safe. There's very likely some reason that it's unsafe to get that particular thing done. If it's procrastinating on your website, or I got to procrastinate on sending this off to a lawyer, whatever it is, whatever the thing is that you're not getting done, and you have that voice that's shoulding all over you, that's the should hook. So instead of going, God, I'm just a terrible person, I'm not getting it done, I'm lazy, if you're not sticking to a diet plan, it's like I just lack willpower. None of it's true. None of it is true about us. Again, I go back to, there's reasons we're not getting it done, and they're all about self-protection. There's some benefit that we think we're getting by not doing something that's stronger than the reason for doing it. And that's what we want to seek to uncover. So let's do just a short general tapping around on, even if I should on myself, and just pay attention as we're doing this to what comes up for you. And if something comes up, write it down, and you can tap on this on your own. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. I guarantee you, just by setting this intention and working on tapping on this, you're going to open a doorway into paying more attention to the idea of, oh, there's that should voice. So if nothing else, just know that, set that intention for this tapping sequence and think about that. And you can go back and tap on this on your own and just be like, I'm shoulding on myself. So there's a reason I'm doing this. So instead of being hard and punitive on ourselves and saying meaner things to ourselves than the should voice is already telling us, try and unhook the should hook and go, okay, I'm going to pay attention to what's going on for me as to why I'm keeping this in place. So start on the karate chop. Even though I know I should all over myself sometimes, I'm not even sure why. I choose to love and accept myself anyway. Even though I should all over myself. And I don't even catch it half the time. I want to start paying attention to this so that I can do something about it. I deeply and completely accept all of my feelings right now. Even though I know I should and shouldn't all over myself, I do want to pay more attention to this so that I can learn to let it go more and more. I choose to love and honor myself right now. I know I should on myself. I don't always catch it. But I bet when I'm feeling bad about myself, there's a whole lot of shoulding going on. I want to unhook the should hook. I want to set myself free. I'm so tired of being hard on myself. It never helps me anyway. I don't think it's ever really inspired me. I might get something done, but I don't think it's with the right energy behind it. I really want to stop shooting on myself in the many forms that takes. It's exhausting. And it doesn't help me get it done. Not in a good way. I want to be inspired. Not punitively coming after myself. So I'm going to set the intention right now to pay attention to the should hook. And work to stop shooting all over myself. And maybe by just paying attention, I can get in touch with what's going on for me. What if I'm just trying to keep myself safe? That's a good thing. The intention behind it is good. But I want to do things from the right energy. Inspiration, not motivation. If I have to motivate myself to do something, there's a heavy energy behind that for me. But if I'm inspired, that's exhilarating. And that's the space I want to come from to get anything done. I know I should on myself. I know I shouldn't on myself. But I want to unhook the should hook and set myself free to be the inspired person I know I'm meant to be. It never works to be hard on myself. Not energetically. I'm unhooking the should hook. And I'm setting the intention to pay attention. So when I catch myself shoulding on myself, I can do something about it. I can begin to see what's behind it so that I know why I'm holding myself back. I'm done being hard on myself. So step by step, little by little, I am going to pay attention and begin to set myself free. Take a deep breath. And again, pay attention to anything that came up for you during that. If some memory, something that can seem completely unrelated comes up, just write it down and know you can go back and work on that. Again, there are reasons we don't do things that we believe are in our best interest. And the reason is there's a stronger reason behind the curtain that's keeping us from doing it. And it's always a good intention. It's like to keep ourselves safe. Like it might not feel safe to shine. It might not feel safe to put ourselves out there because in the past, when we did that, we got burned for it. Or, we lost a lot of weight and then somebody came after us and that didn't feel safe. So it's not that we lack willpower. It's not that we're bad people. It's not that something's wrong with us. There are good reasons that we've set up from early on in life to keep us in our box and keep us safe. But we want to find the way to reframe that, reprogram that, so that we can live this fuller, freer life that we know is in us to live, that we know is our birthright. And we can step into that step by step when we pay attention to that voice that's you should and you shouldn't. So here's to beginning to unhook the should hook. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.